Hello and welcome to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the best classes you should be playing as when it comes to the new weekly stratagem. Now this weekly stratagem is pretty easy again. It's Fall of Atreus, so can't really do anything about that. But yeah, it's pretty easy. Now starting off with the class that I would play as, it's going to be heavy. It's the same build as last time, the multi-melter, the plasma pistol. I'm not going to go over, everything. We're going to go for the magazine capacity here. And here's the perk tree again. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet for you guys, so you guys can pause the video, whatever. So yeah, there's that. The plasma pistol, we choose the rate of fire variant. And again, you can pause the video. And in terms of perks, now the only thing that we are going to be changing is we are going to go for additional supplies. Ammo capacity for all squad members' primary weapons increases by 25%, just because we want to have the extra ammo, and having a multi-melter kind of makes it hard to have ammo, so we go for additional supplies. Again, you guys can pause the video and whatever. This weekly stratagem is pretty easy. And then starting off with the next class, I would go with Bulwark. I'd probably go for Bulwark, Power Fist, or Power Sword. Again, same thing as last time. It's the rate of fire, plasma pistol. And in terms of the Power Sword, you can go for the Xenoface blade as well. I'd say the Xenoface blade is better, but it is balanced, so it's just dependent on your preference. And the Power Fist is the block version, so you can one-shot enemies. There you go. Now in terms of perks, these are the perks you want to go for. Yeah, these are perks you want to go for. If you are going to pick a fencing weapon, I'll go for armor reinforcement instead. Non-finishing gun strikes restore 1 armor segment, just so it's easier to survive and whatnot. And then obviously you want to go for invigorating icon and inspiration and purity of purpose. And then we go for defensive mastery as well. And then starting off with the next one, it's tactical with, I'd probably say tactical with the Pyroblaster, the Melter Rifle, or the Plasma Incinerator is the one I would go for. I just feel like bolt weapons against the Chaos enemies aren't really all that great. So again, you guys can pause the video, whatever. And in terms of which one I would pick, I'd probably go for the Pyroblaster because it's good for swarm clearing. It's got a lot of ammo, so that's why I'd go for that one. In terms of which variant we pick, we go for, I think this was the rate of fire version. The Melter, we obviously go for ammo, and for the Pyroblaster we go for the venting speed. So yeah, the Melter Rifle is also good. Like I would use that, but it's just ammo can be a problem at times, and boss damage isn't going to be that great. But then again, we'll talk about that in a minute. Perk tree again, we go for the rate of fire one, and then we do go for the block chainsword. Now in terms of perks, on which ones you want to go for, you pretty much want to go for precision. Okay, you want to go for precise calibration, and you want to go for concentrated fire, because you just want to absolutely destroy enemies with your Auspex, and just this can just absolutely again annihilate hell brutes, whatnot. If you struggle with hell brutes, then this is a perfect time to use it. Like when I would use it is when like the hell brute is doing that little, like, you could either do it when he's doing the ground attack and it turns purple, or when he continuously hits the ground and it expands the purple thing. Because if you do have concentrated fire, if the hell brute does leave the Auspex, then it doesn't have the Auspex mark, so you're gonna be just dealing normal damage. If you can just have someone just try to keep it in the circle or whatever, the Auspex, then that will help you a lot. And yeah, the next one I'd probably go for, like a class that I wouldn't go for is probably Assault. Assault is not, beginner friendly, especially for Chaos as well. So Assault, I would, stay away unless you know what you're doing and you want to have fun. Then, you can pick Assault. But again, I'd go for Heavy, Bulwark, Tactical. Vanguard is also a very good pick as well, that being the Melter Rifle here. The Melter Rifle, the ammo variant. And you could also go for maybe the Inferno pistol or the Neo Volkai. Again, I just feel like bolt weapons aren't great against Chaos, and Vanguard doesn't have access to the plasma pistol. So yeah, we go for the ammo variant. There you guys go. Just preference, like the reason why I wouldn't go for the Inferno pistol and whatnot is because Vanguard's ammo capacity and ammo regen is absolutely diabolical. So again, I wouldn't you know, go for it. But if you want to have fun, then that's also, I just feel like both weapons aren't great against chaos. And then we do have the block chainsword. You could also go for the power axe or combat knife, maybe the power gladius. But again, I just go for a block chainsword because I just like the block chainsword, and it's the same one as a tactical. And I just feel like the power axe currently right now is pretty undercooked, but when patch 11 does drop, the block one does look very, very good. And in terms of the perk tree here, yeah, you pretty much want to go for these ones. Now, how you want to use this is pretty much when an enemy has like, if you press R3 on them and you have like one like bar left or whatever, you pretty much want to grapnel launch onto them, and let's say you're done the execution and whatever, you know, zone of impact will then, where is it? Is this zone of impact? Yeah, zone of impact will then deal damage to surrounding enemies, and let's say if there's another enemy that's, you know, executable, you then want to grab the launcher onto him and then just keep doing it, keep doing it. Pretty broken build, and that's why it's very, very good. And then last class, I'll probably go for sniper, las fusel, rate of fire. With the you know, if you struggle with ammo, you could go for the magazine capacity one, but again, I feel like the rate of fire version is pretty good. And here are the perks. Yeah, the rate of fire version is pretty good, and las fusel is pretty good against chaos. And we have the heroic bolt pistol. Like the heroic bolt pistol complements the sniper class pretty well, that's why we go for that. And then we have the combat knife. Now when it comes to the combat knife, I would go for the heroic version, just so you can deal extra damage. So I go for the heroic version here and try shadow stab as much as possible, much as you can, because you can one-shot enemies. Now there is one thing about the combat knife, the heroic version, and that is, so it pretty much says it can be stacked up to 3 times, but there is a lock or like a cap onto how much damage you can do on like a single strike and whatever. So you pretty much can't stack, so you can stack up 3 times, but you're not going to be doing, you know, the 3 stacked up damage, if you know what I'm trying to say. So you're pretty much stacking up for no reason. You know, it's pretty much not working right now. When patch 11 does drop, it will be fixed, and you can pretty much one-shot bosses, which is pretty insane. So yeah, and in terms of perks here, we go for tactical ambush, because again, we want to be using shadow stab as much as possible, and just having that just makes it 10 times easier. And then we want to use squad renewal as well, because again, we want to be getting our ability charge as quickly as possible, so we can keep doing it again and again and again. And I'll go for the iron grip. Weapon spread and recoil are reduced by 20%, and range damage against terminus level enemies is increased by 15% for bolt sniper rifles and stalker bolt rifles. Now I don't know if the las fusel does count. It should. Then again, I don't know. You could also go for lethal efficiency, but I'd say that's more Tyranids and not chaos. And that's it. So I'd go for heavy, bulwark, tactical, and vanguard is also very viable, and sniper can be as well. I would not touch assault unless you really want to, you know, have fun and you're good at the game and you know what you're doing. Then I go for assault here. I probably go for like the power fist or the xenoface blade or whatever, and that's it. This weekly stratagem is not hard at all. I just want patch 11 to drop, man. Like end of November is pretty crazy, but we're only like a few days away, or like 2 weeks away. So I feel like the update should drop in like 2-3 weeks. So there is that. Just have to be a little bit more patient, I guess. I hope this helped you guys out, and have a great rest of your day, and I'm out. Peace.